Hey guys, welcome to No Recipe Required. Today we're looking at some apples here, sliced up. I've got this peeled and then chopped. I'm actually having a pork chop for dinner, and one of my favorite accompaniments, that was a mouthful, is sauteed apples. So what I've done here is I just peeled the apple and then sliced it into essentially large matchsticks or large slices here. And I've got a pan that has been on the fire for about a minute or so getting warmed up. I'm going to add a little olive oil to it. And actually for this dish I actually like to add a little butter as well because it adds some additional richness to the apples. I'm going to let that melt into it. And then we're just going to slide the apples right into the pan. Like just about everything else we do on the show, I'm adding some salt right away, a little more salt. I'm going to add a little fresh ground pepper. And then I'm going to toss the apples around in the olive oil and butter, get them nicely coated, and then just make sure they're all sitting down and touching on the pan. We want about a medium heat because apples obviously have a ton of sugar in them. And if we go too high, they're going to brown too quickly and really get a burnt edge while not getting cooked and soft in the middle. So we're going to hit it with medium-high heat. Still going to follow our searing instructions where we just kind of leave those alone and let them do their thing. Obviously, you could do this with almost any fruit like an apple, whether it's a pear or a peach. Grilled peaches are excellent. All, again, excellent with pork. So I'm going to let this do its thing. We're going to come back in a couple minutes and see how we're doing. Hey guys, welcome back. We are taking a look at our apples now. They've been going for 2 minutes solid without me really touching them in a medium hot pan. And you can see they're just starting to get that color on the underside. You do want to check them every once in a while and make sure they're not burning, but again, it'll take a couple minutes. They look about ready. You can start, what I like to do, flip them all, get them again tossed in there, and then essentially you just want to turn them all, get them all turned over so the side that was down is now facing up, and we're going to let it get just about the same amount of color on the other side. Okay, we're going to let that go for a couple minutes and then we're going to start adding some additional flavors. Alright, so now we flipped the apples over so that they're getting brown on both sides and we're just about there. You can flavor these with a number of different ingredients. I've actually got a little bit of rosemary that I've just coarsely chopped, and I'm going to sprinkle that right on there. And then once that gets into the pan, give it another quick toss to circulate that around, make sure it's all mixed in together. You could easily use thyme in here. You could also use spices, coriander, cumin, cinnamon, all that would be fabulous. And frankly, the same application here can be used for a sweet dish as well. If instead of using rosemary, you put in maybe a little bit of sugar and then hit it with some rum as well, then let it cool off, that would make a great topping for ice cream. In this case, obviously we're going savory, so we went with a savory herb with just the salt instead of the sugar. These are now essentially ready to serve. You could serve them right now as is. If you want them a little softer, you can keep going. I think these are just perfect for me. They're going to be nice and crispy and juicy. And so I will sign off. Thanks again for seeing me on No Recipe Required.